What is up, PokeMoshPit? My name is Eric, YouTube name Anklebreaker1023, and here for you guys today I have a Pokemon Black and White 2 OU battle. This was a battle I had against DarkEnegma, and this battle was actually a really good match. Comes right down to the wire, so you guys should definitely stay tuned for this. And if you like what you see, you can leave a like rating on this video and definitely check out my channel afterwards. And now looking at my team, I'm not really much of a super OU guy. I'm kind of more of a UU guy and Ubers guy. And I just threw together 6 pokes that would have good synergy and a couple of big threats as you'll see. And I'll get into the Pokemon more as they appear on the screen. So he's going to lead off with his Politoed. I'm going to lead off with my Victini. Now this Victini is a choice band set, which is going to work really well with Politoed for some boosted choice banded stab he creates. If you guys know much, that is very, very powerful and does a lot of damage to a lot of different things. So I switch it out, even though I do have the Bolt Strike. One, fearing that he might be Choice Scarf, because a lot of Politoads are running Scarf recently. And just in case he wants to go into his Thunderous Tea, that thing is kind of a big threat, so I don't want to just give him a Volt Absorb and a free switch in. So I'm going to go into my Ninetales. It actually doubles into his Keldeo, which isn't really necessarily such a good play. So I didn't fear the Scarf when we went for Bolt Strike. I could have killed off Keldeo on the first turn, but that just is very unfortunate for me. So he's going to hit me with a Secret Sword. I'm going to go for that Willow and burn him, which is going to be nice for me. Now, I want to switch out because I don't want to leave my Ninetales in to die already so early. So I'm going to go into my Victini because I didn't see Life Orb or Lefties, so I'm thinking this thing is choiced. And with that base 100 Spec D, I'm going to be able to take that Secret Sword very nice. I think it hits the physical defense side. I'm not really positive, but all I know is with a base 100 stats and a resistance, I can take that decently well. So here he makes another odd play and goes back into his Politoed because I wanted to just kill off that thing right away. I could have just went for a Bolt Strike again, but I decided to make the safe play and go for the U-turn, hit that Politoed with a U-turn and get out of there for the initiative. And it's going to go right back to how it was supposed to be, as I'm going to bring in my Ninetales on the Politoed. Now bringing the Ninetales is nice because his water moves are definitely resisted. Now here, I don't see an item after I get my leftovers. I don't see an item on this Politoed, and I'm thinking if he was Scarfed, he would have just went for it on the first turn and went for the Hydro Pump or the Surf. But I end up outspeeding him and go for an Energy Ball, and then he goes for the Hypnosis. So I'm thinking, what is this Politoed? Is he like Expert Belt Politoed? Is he like an item that boosts accuracy Politoed so he can get that Hypnosis? Like, what is this Politoed? I'm very confused. I'm not really into the OU game, so I don't know if this is a standard set, whatever he's running. But here I see the Rest, and I'm thinking, Rest on Politoed. Is he Resto Chesto? And as he's going to get his HP up, you're going to realize that he's running Resto Chesto Politoed. So I'm guessing his set is Hypnosis, Rest, maybe Sleep Talk and Scald, or maybe Toxic and Scald, or Ice Beam and Scald. I don't remember if we get to find out his whole moveset, but that is kind of a cool set. I don't know if that's really used a lot. But now he's going to go and switch into his Latios, trying to take advantage of my sleeping Ninetales, but I actually end up waking up over the Toxic, knowing that he wasted his Chesto, so resting is going to be kind of bad for him. And if he doesn't have Sleep Talk, if Politoed even gets Sleep Talk, I can just bring in a threat and start hitting it really hard, being either Terrakion or Landorus or whatever I have. So now, I'm going to predict the, I was predicting a Dragon-type moves to go forward straight. I didn't think he would go for a Surf because it's in the sun. And he's just going to go for a Psyshock, which is really good that I brought my Fortress in because Fortress can take that very nicely. Now, on the team preview, you saw that he had a Magneton, and I know that thing's going to trap. But I wasn't really too scared of the trapping because I knew that since he's on a Brain Team, he probably doesn't have HP Fire. He's probably just Thunder and HP Ice. So, seeing that doesn't have HP Fire, I feel safe to stay in here and go for my Rocks. Now, thinking he's probably going to go for a Substitute maybe, or just Thunderbolt away until I die, I'm thinking, wow, this is a pretty good chance to go for all my hazards. So, he goes for a Thunder, and that's in the sun. That is in the sun. That's 50% accurate. He's going to miss that. Now, here, it doesn't look like much now, but this is kind of potentially game-changing hacks right here. Hits the 50% accurate move, gets the paralysis, and I get the para hacks. That's like, I can't even fathom the amount of like hacks it is in one turn, and how low of a percentage that is to happen. That really is something else. So he's gonna go for the Thunder now and take out my Fortress. Now I got up a layer of rocks and a layer of spikes. I think I'm pretty sure that's what I got up. So that. Him getting paralyzing me and me getting para hacks doesn't look like much now, but I guarantee you it should come into play later. So here I'm going to bring out my Terrakion to threaten this thing out. I'm going to go right for that close combat. I'm not playing any games. I want to get that Magneton out of here. I'm in close combat as he brings in Latios, which is good for me because after taking Rocks, this close combat damage, Life Orb close combat for my Terrakion. This is a Swords Dance Rock Polish Terrakion. And then after taking some Toxic damage, this Latios is going to be at a really low HP, so it's going to be less of a threat. So I'm going to go into my Ninetales now, basically as fodder, because this, like I said before, this team doesn't revolve around the sun. I don't need the sun to win, so I don't really mind if my Ninetales dies. This team's basically hyper offense with just the sun boost, just to help Victini, just in case my opponent's not running weather, and to counter other weathers being rain, which it counters rain decently. It doesn't really counter sand, but it counters hail pretty nicely, this team. So he's going to go for 2 side shocks, kill me off, but also kill himself off in the process because of the toxic damage. I think that thing might be choice scarfed. Even I don't think he's specs. I think he's scarfed. So here he's going to go right into his Politoed, and I'm going to go into my Victini. And he's going to take the rocks damage, and I think I have the spikes up. Yes, I do have the spikes. Now I'm going to go right for the Zen Headbutt because I'm kind of predicting him to not go for the water type move, or maybe just, I don't know, maybe thinking it would kill because I just stab choice banded, but I am jolly. And I'm going to go for the Zen Headbutt. It's going to bring him low and just not low enough. And this is what the paralyze on the what's his name, on the Fortress kind of comes into play a little bit, because if I would have got the spikes up, it would have taken more damage and I would have potentially had a better chance of KOing this thing. Or maybe if I was just adamant nature, I would have been able to kill it. But that's just kind of really unfortunate for me. So I'm just going to go to my Landorus for Revenge Kill. I go for the Psychic, because I was fearing him to go into his Thunderous Tea to predicting the Earth Power. So I'm just going to go for the Psychic. So he's going to bring out his Keldeo. I basically have to sack something. I'm just going to sack this thing. I think Terrakion and my Scarf Ments will be a lot more vital to this match. But that's just one way that the Fortress getting Power Hacks is going to it's going to just be a killer in this match. It's just one of the 2 ways it's going to be. You're still going to see later. So he's going to go for the Surf, kill me off. I'm going to go into my Ments now. I know it's Stab. I know it's a Keldeo. I know it's in the rain. But I'm thinking I can take one. I'd have to go for the Brick Break here. I can't go for Outrage or Dragon Claw because he has the Magneton. I can't go for Earthquake because he has the Thunderous Tea. So I'm forced to go for the Brick Break. And Brick Break is not going to kill off this thing, and Burn is not going to kill off this thing either. So I'm just really hoping to God that I live this other Surf. It's really close to half, and I'm really hoping I can take the Surf, and I end up taking it with 14, so I'm able to go for the Brick Break. Me going for the Brick Break is so nice because now I'm at that Moxie boost. That is a Moxie boost on my Gyarados. I mean, not my Gyarados, my Salamence, and that is really nice for me. So now here he makes a weird play and goes into his Magneton. I guess his Magneton may be scarfed as well, or maybe he just doesn't think I'm scarfed. He wouldn't be able to know if I was scarfed or not because his Keldeo was scarfed. I just scarfed like 5 times. Since his Keldeo was scarfed and he didn't know that my Ments was scarfed, now he goes into his Magneton. He's going to take a Brick Break and he's going to die. That's going to put me at +2 with Moxie boosts. And now he basically has to go into his Thunderous Tea because it does resist the Brick Break. And I'm just going to have to go for it. I'm going to outspeed because I am scarfed, as I've said like 15 times in the last minute and a half. Let's go for the Brick Break. It's not going to do too much, but it's going to do decent damage. It's going to go for Thunder because it's 100% accurate. Just in case I want to maybe like switch into Terrakion, it didn't go for HP Ice or something. And it's going to kill off my Ments. So basically it's my Terrakion versus his full health Jirachi and this Thunderous Tea. So I'm going to go into my Terrakion. I'm going to go right for that Stone Edge, really praying to God it doesn't miss, and it doesn't. So I'm going to go for the Stone Edge, kill off this Thunderous Tea, and now it's just Terrakion versus Rachi. So Rachi's going to come in, and he's going to take 1 layer of spikes and 1 layer of Stealth Rock damage. As I emphasize, the 1 layer of spike damage because I got Parahaxed on my Fortress. So I'm going to go for the close combat. It is Life Orb, it is Jolly, it is Choice Banded. That's not Choice Banded. This is Life Orb, it is Stab, it is a Terrakion, it's max attack, but it's not going to be able to kill off this Rachi. And that's where I said that maybe that little bit of spikes damage would have been able to come into play, because maybe it would have taken him down to low enough where he would have been able to die to the extra layer of spikes. So that was a really good game, DarkEnegma. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this match. That was really close. And let me know if the spikes really mattered on both the Politoed and on the Jirachi. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to the Mosh Pit if you haven't already. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time.